So customer lifetime value is the profit of the past by customer plus the profit of the future by customer. You accumulate the profits of the past and the future, and they have the overall value a customer is generating over his lifetime. That is why we come back to the idea of customer relationship or duration. Remember, the past duration is known, but the future duration is unknown. It can only be bordered with probabilities. So let's have a look on customer lifetime value. So you have the past value, as I just stated. It's how much profit the customer generated in the past. It's the actual value. You accumulate also what the customer has spent actually today. This brings the sum of profits of the past and the present, what the customer has spent over the time since he's active in the database, since his first purchase. Are the profits that are generated since the customer has come into the database. And to that you add the potential value, how much profit the customer will generate in the future. It is easy to operationalize the past value and the actual value because you only need to grasp the data in the internal database, the accounting department. It is difficult to operationalize the future value because this means you have to know what is the value of the customer in the future. There are probabilities of churn. You don't know if the customer is still active tomorrow, in 1 week, in 1 month, in 1 year. There are too many factors that you cannot control. He might move, he might lose the need, he might go to competitors. In the same sense, you cannot know if he increases or decreases the purchase frequency. There are 3 different unknown variables. Customer activity, is he still active or not? Is he active? Does he still continue to buy? With which frequencies? So we have to calculate probabilities for the frequencies and for the amount. Same question is the amount staying stable? Is it decreasing or is the amount increasing? So these are the activity indexes, but there are other factors that might influence the activity, such as cross and upselling potential, which means that if he continues to buy, he might switch all his or her expenditures from competitors, brands or stores, or vice versa. He might also spend more money in the competitors. You have to integrate also cross and upselling potentials, which are realist and their reactivation. There might also come customers that might reappear. And so all this cannot be controlled. That is why you need sophisticated statistical modeling or econometric modelers, kind of regression modeling, to calculate probabilities that the customer is still active or reactivated in order to see the probability of churn, what is the probability of purchase frequencies, what is the probability of evolution of the amount, and what is the cross-selling and upselling potential. It's summarized here. So customer lifetime value is the accumulated past and future profits in the firm, past revenues, minus past cost, minus the acquisition cost. Acquisition, it costs money. To integrate also the cost of acquisition, address rental, communication campaigns, gifts you might give for acquisition, for customer acquisition. So it's the sum between the past revenues, the future revenues, minus acquisition cost, minus past retention cost, minus the future retention cost. In other words, revenues minus cost are the profits, so past profits plus future profits. One example, for example, you have customer 1 who has a profit of 100 euro per month. He bought over the last 10 years, and he has a 50% probability to stay another 10 years. So we will generate 10 years multiplied 100 euros or dollar by 12. This is the past, so 12,000 euros profit of the past, plus 10 years the same amount, the same month, but you have a churn rate of 50%, so plus 6,000 euros, and so this customer would have a lifetime value of 18,000, 12,000 plus 6,000. But this model is simplistic. I only took into account the churn rate, the activity rate. A sophisticated model should, as I just stated, integrate the evolution of the purchase amount, the evolution of the purchase frequencies, decrease, stability, or increase, in order to have a realistic lifetime value model. This is only an example to show you simply how it works. But in reality, it's much more sophisticated. And it's based, you will analyze the past data, you might analyze socio-demographical data, for example, age or position in your life cycle, in order to see if you are in danger of defection and how your expenditures might evolve. Take an example in the banking industry. If I would do this calculation for my customer database with you, then I would see your students, and this is an indicator that the spendings will increase in the future. Because once you will work, you will have a salary and you will earn more money. Then, in my customer lifetime value calculation, this indicator that you're a student would be an indicator that you have growing expenditures, growing purchase frequencies, and activities. On the other hand, if I did the same analysis years old senior, then there would be probably decreasing expenditures, frequencies, and decreasing lifetime value. You can also have to integrate in this modeling explanatory variables which are more related to customer life cycles, such as socio-demographical data. One method is survival analysis, Cox regression, where you can calculate based on explanatory variables, like for regression model, explanatory behavioral variable, frequencies, amounts, and recencies. So you can use even the RFM rule. And you can integrate also variables such as life cycles, socio-demographical data, and so on. A customer lifetime value is important to do segmentations for resource allocation. Because you know that if a customer has a high CLV, like as we have seen, the question is to which customer should we orientate resources? We should do it to huge customers, heavy customers, customers having a big potential.
And this means, again, customer centricity.
Customer centricity simply means looking at the overall customer lifetime value, or CLV, and concentrating the efforts on those customer segments that are most valuable and interesting to the firm to optimize profit, which is called value alignment and resource allocation optimization.
It is important to focus only on a limited number of customers, for example, the 15 to 20% of best customers generating 80% of the profitability or the revenues.
But not all customers are equal, some are better. Customer centricity reveals how to increase profits from the best customers, find more like them, and avoid overinvesting in the bad ones. The customer isn't always right. And well, there are the good customers to focus on more, and now then those firms really don't want to invest time and effort in.
CLV calculation is useful for resource allocation decisions. In other words, to which customer should we prioritize resources allocation. But customer lifetime value is also important to show the potential, the importance of good clients.
In summary, customer lifetime calculation enables marketers to segment customers in customers with high value or low value, with high potential or low potential. And then the marketers can orientate resources to their customers according to high value and high potential customers, and to disinvest customers having low value and low potential.